Good morning, how are you doing? So we'll just wait a couple of minutes for other people to arrive. How are we this morning? I hope we're well. Do you want to say hi? Hi Natalie, how are you? Good morning Philippa. I hope you and Pickle are very well. How's little Pickle doing now? Feeling quite tired this morning because I've not slept very well. Morning Michelle. Lovely to see all the usual people, and obviously anybody new that's arriving. Oh, I'm glad you're both doing well. And she's snoring, fantastic. Obviously very cosy and settled and comfortable now, which is good. So do you make yourselves comfortable, and we'll just wait another minute or so. And we're going to do our usual body awareness meditation, so if you're able to lie down, I'd invite you to do that. Morning Sarah, how are you? And good morning Rose. So just for those people that are already here, I know we kind of have a few just as we arrive at 7 o'clock. But if you want to lie down or just get into your meditation posture and just make yourself as comfortable as possible, I would recommend lying down and having your feet kind of flat on the floor with your knees up is a really good position to be in, just so that you can kind of feel the ground and feel grounded. And obviously if you're lying down, you're comfortable and can let go of things. But if you prefer, obviously sit in your comfortable chair or your meditation posture. And I'm going to obviously lead us through the body as we're used to. But I want us to really think of kind of letting go in the body as much as we can. We talk about awakening, and really that's about awakening and kind of opening to all experience, which includes everything we can experience in the body. And I was thinking around vulnerability, and so I'm going to share with you a piece from David White around vulnerability, because often the kind of tensions and holding and tightness is essentially a bit of a kind of protective strategy that we understandably adopt to kind of hold around things that are quite difficult. I know for myself, I kind of had quite a release of tension down the left side that I was thinking was a bit of a kind of leftover injury from coming off my bike. And I realised that once it let go in meditation, that, oh, actually, I'm kind of just holding on to that in the mind because I feel quite vulnerable, that I'd hurt myself. But actually, the whole kind of tension I was feeling at that point a few weeks later was just completely mind-made of just trying to hold around something that had been quite difficult, and there was a lot of kinds of fear there and vulnerability. So I'm just going to invite us to kind of all come together and just kind of open to any feelings of vulnerability in the body. So I'm a bit tied to you, Sarah. Oh, but I'm glad you're here, and good morning to Jenny. So do lie down or in your posture, close your eyes or lower your gaze. And I'm just going to begin with these words from David White on vulnerability. And I just want it to kind of wash over you and just kind of Allow the words to just fall into your body. Good morning, Louise. So vulnerability is not a weakness, a passing indisposition, or something we can arrange to do without. Vulnerability is not a choice. Vulnerability is the underlying, ever-present and abiding undercurrent of our natural state. To run from vulnerability is to run from the essence of our nature. The attempt to be invulnerable is the vain attempt to become something we are not, and most especially, to close off our understanding of the grief of others. More seriously, in refusing our vulnerability, we refuse the help needed at every turn of our existence, and immobilize the essential title and conversational foundations of our identity. To have a temporary isolated sense of power over all events and circumstances is a lovely illusionary privilege, and perhaps the prime and most beautifully constructed conceit of being human, and especially being youthfully human. But it is a privilege that must be surrendered. With that same youth, with ill health, with accident, with the loss of loved ones who do not share our untouchable powers, powers eventually and most emphatically given up as we approach our last breath. The only choice we have as we mature is how we inhabit our vulnerability, how we become larger and more courageous and more compassionate through our intimacy with disappearance. Our choice is to inhabit our vulnerability as generous citizens of the loss, robustly and fully, or conversely as misers and complainers, reluctant and fearful, always at the gates of existence, but never bravely and completely attempting to enter, and never wanting to risk ourselves, never walking fully through the door. So I just invite us all to just experience our own vulnerability together. So just taking a few deeper breaths, just to help us arrive and just to signal to the body and mind the intention to just sit and practice. And just taking those deeper breaths down into the lower belly. Just helping us just to arrive and settle and calm. And then just feeling the points of contact with the ground. And the sensations of that contact with the body, the sensations of the body. And can we really imagine the ground beneath? Just taking our awareness to the grounds beneath the points of contact. As we just really let go. So just using the out breath to just really let go. Give up the weight to gravity. Really feel the sense of stillness from the ground. Real sense of eternal peace. That we can just let that just hold us. And just really see if we can inhabit those qualities for ourselves of stability, safety and resilience. So then just taking our awareness to just the lower back and just the sensations of the lower back. And just becoming aware of any sense of tenderness. And that could just give us a sense of how supported we're feeling right now. So just using the in-breath to just breathe in and just take our awareness down to the lower back. Using the in-breath just to kind of tune in and just awaken to the sensations. And the out-breath to just let go. And then just at your own pace, just follow the natural curve of your spine, just to the mid-back. And if we're sat up, just as we work our awareness up the back, we can just make any subtle adjustments to our posture. If we're leaning slightly forward or back or to each side, just so that we're really upright. And our shoulders are in line with our hips. So then just allowing the shoulders to just fall away from the ears and the shoulder blades to slide down the back. Almost as if they're sliding down to the middle of the back. And just connecting with the sensations over the shoulders and the upper back. And just really releasing any holding that we can with the out breath. And then just really opening to the whole experience of the back. If you're lying down, can you completely let go to the ground beneath? Just using the breath to just kind of massage down the back. It's like riding the wave of the breath. And then just taking your awareness up the back of the neck. And we can just tuck the chin in slightly just so that we can elongate the neck and feel that stretch. And just notice the sensations. And there might be tension or tightening or tenderness here. So just really opening to how that feels. And anything that we come across that feels quite difficult, and we can just use the breath. Just imagining that the breath is really imbued with kindness. So we can just breathe with, just really hold that tenderness and experience. So often it just wants to be acknowledged. We can just completely, fully turn our attention to the sensations of the body and just completely open to what's there. Really acknowledge what's there. Fully feel it, fully experience it. And then often it's happy just to dissipate. Just wants to be known and felt. So just moving your awareness over the scalp. And it might be tightening or tingling over the sensations of the scalp. And just having the crown of the head, if we're sat up, just on an invisible thread to the sky above. As if we're lying down, we can just really become aware of the spaciousness around the head. We don't have to tighten and make ourselves smaller. We can really take up the space that we are. Really take up our place on the earth and that limitless space around. So softening the forehead, softening any frowning, tension held in the temples, just sliding the eyebrows apart, eyes just soft, behind the sockets. Just feeling the sensations of the breath in the nostrils or the mouth as you take the in-breath. So just then becoming aware of the nose and the mouth. Still having the jaw unclenched and soft. Just really allowing your face to be soft. And just show our vulnerability on our face as we just let go. And then just taking our awareness down our throats. And just noticing how that feels. Sometimes it can feel a little restricted or blocked. Maybe symbolically if there's something we need to say and we haven't. And then just noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Just noticing our breathing. And then just really fall into the heart center. Maybe even just place a hand there just to kind of tune in. And how are you feeling right now this morning? what's really happening. And just being as really true to yourself as you can. Just really opening to your full experience of how you're feeling right now. And just really feeling it. And just any pleasant sensations or any pleasure. Just allow a smile to come across your face to just really feel it. And if it's difficult, then just really open to how that feels. It just really wants to be felt and acknowledged. And we can just stay with the heart center for a moment, just to breathe in and out from that area. Feeling the sense of space across the chest. Maybe even just moving the shoulders apart, just to really invite in that sense of spaciousness and opening. And then just taking the in-breath and just following the in-breath down into the lower belly. And just allow your awareness to just fall really naturally and really slowly with the breath. Just down to the lower belly. Just to below the navel and a few inches back. And just sitting there. And if your awareness pops back up, just invite your awareness down with your in-breath again, just back down to the lower belly. And just really see if you can connect with that sense of stillness, sense of peace and equanimity that's just really held there in the lower belly. Even if further up in the heart center there's a lot of difficulty or tenderness, you can just drop beneath it into the lower belly and hold both in experience. And just taking the in-breath down to the lower belly and just breathing out with a real feeling of just really letting go. Just allowing any thoughts to just be completely in the background. In the foreground is just our breath, our awareness, and our sensations of the body. And just really take your time to just sit there for as long as you need. And you can almost breathe in and out from that point, so breathing in and out from the lower belly. And kind of have our awareness looking out from that point as we take in the lower body and the hips to begin with. And can we really let go of that holding in the pelvis and the hips to the grounds beneath? and the thighs, really strong muscles. Just really tuning into the sensations and just really letting go in the legs, allowing them to just soften and be held by the earth. And just slowly sweeping your awareness down from the hips and the thighs to the knees and the lower calves, and just taking in the whole experience of the legs. Just letting them go to the ground and the earth beneath. And taking our awareness down to taking the ankles, the top of the feet, and the toes. And begin to feel the sensations of the soles of the feet. And if the soles of the feet are flat on the floor, then you can breathe in through the soles of your feet. And wherever your feet are touching the ground, you can just really let go with the out breath. Breathe out and down through the feet to the ground, the earth below. And then just taking in the whole of the front of the body, including the arms and the sensations down the hands and the fingers. And just begin to kind of move your awareness broader to take in the whole of the body. Just having a wider angle, panning back to take in the whole of your breathing body right now. 360-degree awareness. The front of the body and the back and the sides. And can we breathe through every pore of the body? Just really tuning into the sensations and that real sense of feeling alive, the energetic vibrational quality of the body with the in-breath. Maybe tingling in the hands and any sense of warmth. And just really letting go and breathing out through every pore of the body. Just allowing any sense of difficulty, tenderness to just fall away, fall into the earth. And can we just allow our awareness to just to rest with any pleasurable sensations in the body? Whether that's the calm rising of the breath, like a feather on the winds, any pleasant sensations in the body, a sense of warmth or relaxation or ease. And just allow the in-breath to just really encourage that to just kind of grow. Like breathing life into a little fire so the flames take hold, those pleasurable and pleasant sensations in the body. And those qualities of a calm and concentrated body and mind. And I'm just going to read David White's words again on vulnerability. And just allow them to just fall into your body. So vulnerability is not a weakness, a passing indisposition, or something we can arrange to do without. Vulnerability is not a choice. Vulnerability is the underlying, ever-present and abiding undercurrent of our natural state. To run from vulnerability is to run from the essence of our nature. The attempt to be invulnerable is the vain attempt to become something we are not, and most especially to close off our understanding of the grief of others. More seriously, in refusing our vulnerability, we refuse the help needed at every turn of our existence, and immobilize the essential tidal and conversational foundations of our identity. To have a temporary, isolated sense of power over all events and circumstances is a lovely, illusionary privilege, and perhaps the prime and most beautifully constructed conceit of being human, and especially of being youthfully human. But it is a privilege that must be surrendered, with the same youth, with ill health, with accident, with the loss of loved ones who do not share our untouchable powers. Powers eventually and most emphatically given up as we approach our last breath. The only choice we have as we mature is how we inhabit our vulnerability, how we become larger and more courageous and more compassionate through our intimacy with disappearance. Our choice is to inhabit vulnerability as generous citizens of loss, robustly and fully, or conversely as misers and complainers, reluctant and fearful, always at the gates of existence, but never bravely and completely attempting to enter, never wanting to risk ourselves, and never walking fully through the door. So do continue to practice and sit on or lie on if that's available to you and you feel like it. Otherwise, I hope that meditation was helpful. And thank you to everyone, as always, who arrives on a Monday morning to join me. It's an absolute privilege to be with you, and I really do enjoy sharing meditation and practicing together. And it's a beautiful morning meditation sangha that we have that seems to be ever growing. So I do hope you've got a lovely day planned, and go really gently into your day and take care. And just keep evoking those qualities of our calm and concentrated minds that we've shared together this morning. So sending you lots of love, and have a lovely day, and I hope to see you next Monday. Take care, everyone.